Okay, the two sets of complexity vying for the same reality is contact tracing. I did not know that I was invested in it, right? I was invested in supply chain metric. I was going after a stock in something that had a high market share so that utility was going to drive the price up. They got into contact tracing, which is what it sounds like, right? It's the coronavirus shit. But this is the thing, right? Silicon Valley loves this idea. This thing could have been, they have data farming, data harvesting, contact tracing. Pokemon Go is the first, footfall data they collected, potentiating data by analyzing the cross sectors when you know the source. With that two different sources of data are converging, then you can analyze the cross sector to potentiate the data. You build out a profile, and you can start to populate new exotic fields of data that leads to other more exotic fields of data. Then contact tracing is for the generation which they feel, quite frankly, I think they believe are dog shit, right? And they would like to flip them. How else are you going to reconcile the modalist? Like, it's the intention. Look at the intention, okay? It is a fucking uncanny valley type of ethic that people don't really function very well if they knew that they were the ones conducting all of the contact tracing. How are you going to get them to do it? Oh, they like to overlap, and you think it's uncanny, and it turns out there's a reason. It's not coincidence. I'm thinking of some other shit. I'm gonna fall down a rabbit hole, but contact tracing, you can go with it the direction that they're saying, because there could be two different functionalities of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just building out a profile on everybody. Why wouldn't they want to do that? Get all your telemetry data. They can potentiate the data. They can mine. They can yield farm, mine, like mining, but they're mining like it could be theft or mining proprietary data from people who need a license, special license, to be able to hold on to it. Otherwise, they'll lose it. I know, right? You learn lessons to become a accredited investor anyways. How are you going to become a accredited investor without a few novice mistakes? It's not like you're out of the game. I wouldn't just assume that you'll be taken out of the game if you lose once. You know what I mean? The thing is, yada yada, didn't explain it to somebody that already knows, right? I mean, saying like, and they're gonna play stupid because they're gonna spike your cortisol and steal your divine astral like fucking energy. The grift will never stop as long as they can keep it going. If I was a grifter, right, I would let you think all sorts of shit, the whole spectrum of anything to keep the conversation going. If you think you're gonna threaten me, you don't even know, as long as you know what kind of data I really want from you, then you should be safe threatening me. But if you don't know what kind of data is really valuable to me, and it's just in the back of your mind and you don't even know I want it, then I would invite you to implore you to keep threatening me. I would let you think, or at some point in time, I would let you even feel sorry for me. I would, or I would, what's it called? I would act like somebody who, with a technical issue, called the wrong number. And I'm trying to help you. Like, I'm asking you to help me to retrieve my proprietary data so that I could put malware on your computer because you're greedy and fucking piss on you, right? You ever get those scammers, like you call them back different number and shit? Like I keep getting this scammer calling me like, I have a question. Are you this and that? Like they need technical assistance. Man, bitch, get off the fucking sofa. Stop drinking Slurm and peel the fucking steak knife off of your thigh. Like you just like leave fucking food all over the floor, like the plates and shit. You know what I mean? You was like sitting there, you won't even comb your fucking hair. Like you probably it's like fucking ghetto Indian ghetto like these like ghetto Asians calling you constantly 3 times a day. All like at work, like fucking up your vibration and everything anytime they want to. Fucking, you try to call back the number, and it's some poor schmo that got his number spoofed from a telecom company, and then they just burned it. Then they left you the number to call somebody else, irritate him. So right, I can control that, and if you want to irritate people, right, then I'll tell you who you can irritate and who you can't. So then I'll like, set up shop on certain areas and shit and want to clear them out. Like they have too many small businesses. There's too many small businesses in the district. So you're going to get inundated with scam calls from people who are too stupid and get mad. You don't help them scam you. They make threats like they said that you have like a warrant. They said that you did some tax thing, or they'll say some shit. He'll get you to yell at them. You yell at them and tell them anything that they figure out, like who they could be filling out a query of data gaps in the data in a form that they fucking bought the shit. They buy it. They buy some of your data from a portfolio that's, then they spoof the telecom company. They're getting a slice of crime pie. Bust down to different little, like, based on race. Based on your race, of course. Don't you understand the politics? You better, you know what I'm saying? Better get your ass in line, you know what I'm saying? It's like telling you to watch Little Derek. And you have a different take. I mean, so the Top Boy movie is kind of poignant because everybody knows that they got to watch Little Derek. Like, Little Derek is too young and to be responsible. He might put his finger in a wall socket, but at the same time you have to watch Little Derek because you know that somebody in the parking lot of the at the port or whatever is not paying attention to the large transport vessel that is gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll let that one get busted. They're really paying attention to the fucking Little Derek with the real actual like contraband, whatever, and so like they might be waiting in the parking lot like some jackers. They might be there to make sure that everything goes on fine without a hitch. But you know that somebody's watching Little Derek, and because Little Derek is, your food is on Little Derek, because your food is on there. Everybody knows their food is on Little Derek, that they need to watch Little Derek. It's like, even if you worked on the large transport vessel, then you would know. You know what I'm saying? It's like going to Mars. By the time you get back, you won't want to talk about it anymore. The Mars missions. Mars, what is Mars? It's Apollyon. That's an apolliosis, right? A argument on behalf of your faith, but it done in a way that is what's it called? That has no, saying moderate temper, temperate. You're not, what I'm saying, not flashing. You know what I mean? Like in a what's that one? Fellowship, in a fellowshipy kind of way. But that is also war energy because Apollyon is a war god. Mars is the god of war, dude. The fourth planet, yada yada. Tiberian. Tiamat is the rock belt. So even like the mares of Diocedes, right? And Hercules and all that shit. The astronomers call Tiamat a rock belt around Mars, and Tiamat is the planet that Hercules lived on. Hercules lived on, and mares broke it up with their hooves underneath their hooves. They trampled it, trying to get Hercules, trying to kill him. Tiamat sent the mares. Now there's also the mares of Diocedes and like the chariot racing and everything, but there's another side of that story, astronomy. Earth is Mars too. Basically, Mars and Earth were part of the same planet, and the rock belt around, or Tiamat was the name of that planet, but now it's a rock belt. Get it? And all of the heavenly bodies take on the shape of a sphere. You know, like the forces pulled everything together, and even it's not perfectly round. You know what I mean? You can imagine if it has a heat center, you know, if the center is magma and it's spinning like that, then it would, you know. But that I can't prove, and I can only postulate that perspective. On that side, there's a whole other side of a vault of heaven, and you have ball earth models in the form of conductivity that required a catalyst to enact the current, with the current, right? Enact the gods, basically. Enact the astral plane. So they're enacting a scale, like a I'm saying you get different energies, like scales, Libra, right? They're enacting to. I don't really know what they're. You know, a lot of the sports have different. They could be punitive. They could be trying to call energies from the cosmos through the star death and star birth as the intonation of the collapsed star. When they played that basketball game, when they showed off all they ever wanted was death. They had mastered every, you know what I'm saying? They're these athletes that are supposed to be physically fit, like sharp as a whistle, ready to die, just like wanting to show off. And they're dying to, when they put the ball through the hoop, it's basically reenacting star death, which is the coronal mass collapse. Coronal mass collapse. And Ironborn is that spells the death of the star, like the birth of iron, like Ironborn in Game of Thrones. In Game of Thrones, it's all sorts of. I don't want to say that, you know, but essentially we come up with ways to take away the being alternation, the whatever stress from work or whatever you have to unwind. We entertain ourselves with all these little things that actually can be used as slave systems. You know, if we're not using them in a creative way. But the thing is, our symbolic, the part of our brain that interprets this subconscious symbolism is overridden with all of the subconscious symbolism that's been worked in to all of the corporate conglomeration of their little companies and everything. Like they show you the astral plane and the rendition, the solar boat with the goddess and the deity, and they wrap it up in a little symbol thing. Pop, you've seen it. You know, it resonates in your subconscious. It's overriding. You know, where you have like a form of shamanism today called ASMR, audio sensory meridian response manipulation, because it is manipulation. The shaman, the hypnotherapist have to retrieve you because they induce alpha state. They didn't induce theta. Like ASMR that induces theta state doesn't require you to retrieve them, because your body makes a natural hormone that retrieves your waking consciousness state. So it's safe, and it'd be like a powerful tool. It gets you right to go to bed. You know what I mean? But if I was trying to access some place that your subconscious would not go, that is restricting you from visiting it, then you might be going into a hostile or dangerous territory. You could sustain injury if I didn't bring you back, right? I don't know if I'm just showing off a bunch of stuff that I know, but I feel like all this is relevant to something that you may be acutely aware of, or you may not be, but it is definitely it's like the energy that's gonna catch everybody coming or going, you know. Yeah, I mean, so there are some places, the astral plane, right, that are locked away right now, don't have a way to give it airplay, right? You have to open up a realm for it to be relevant, to be relevant. But it goes into like theosophy. It would just be a rabbit hole. We have a conversation with no end, and so I'm gonna try and avoid that. Like that's how I would know the video is over before I knew the video was over, if I got into that. But there's a lot of unspoken truths and unwritten laws and stuff and things. So I'm gonna get back to this some other time. I'm probably gonna watch this video because I did lose myself then. Let me see. Sometimes I remember. This happens every time. Okay.